there we go. That was weird. GarageBand decided to have a small little hiccup there for some reason.
Hiccups happen every once in a while. I get them.
Yeah, I actually just had the hiccups literally before I called you.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, please go away.
Right.
But you know, it did. Thanks to my Arizona green tea with ginseng and honey.
Nice.
Tasty beverage.
That it is.
Hey, so I texted the group earlier this week, and no one responded to me about it, and it makes me very upset.
Just depends on what you texted.
So I texted that a certain professional wrestler auditioned for a role in Deadpool 2.
Yes, I saw that text.
And nobody responded, which made me very, very sad.
Well, to be fair, the wrestling side of things is more of a mic thing.
I know, but still. You know who Randy Orton is.
Yeah, and I looked at that as I was working and went, okay, cool. Go back to work.
I'm more important than work, Joe.
Do you pay my bills?
That's
It'd be
fair.
awesome if you did.
That's fair. That's fair.
You want to pay my bills? It'd be
No.
awesome if you did.
No, I don't want to
No?
pay your bills.
Okay.
I don't even want to pay my bills.
Right? So until that happens, then yeah, work's going to be a tiny bit more important.
Horseshit. Horseshit, Joe.
I agree. I totally agree. But unfortunately, that's the way the world works.
That's fair.
Until I can start paying rent and car payments with friendship, yeah, I have to pay it with actual money.
Money.
Right?
My friendship isn't that valuable. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, yeah, none of our friendships are really that valuable. One of us just needs to win the lottery, and then our friendships become more valuable.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. Oh,
Hell, if I won the lottery, I'd buy y'all houses.
oh, thanks, buddy.
I would.
It'd have to be a
You're
good
welcome.
amount of money though, because if you win like $250, then
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Like I'm talking about like actual win the lottery,
like jackpot wise.
jackpot wise, then no one else wins it, and it's all mine. Yeah.
I saw the dumbest article yesterday, and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna read it." And I can't. It wasn't on here. It was somewhere else. It was like, wasn't. I was looking for it this morning, so I didn't to distract you from what you were saying. But it just triggered me because another article was similarly titled. But basically, the article, I think I found it on like Facebook News or some shit. When I was on there, I was like, "Oh, what's this?" And I clicked on it because I thought it was gonna be fucking good. But it's basically, it was saying like, Alien franchise becomes streaming hit, and I was like, "What does this mean?" So I clicked on it, thinking like, what it's gonna be, right? And it's literally, it literally was like, it had all this like poor man's explanation of the Alien franchise, and then it goes into this thing about how like since the Alien Romulus comes out on Friday, this was written like on Wednesday or some shit like that. On Friday, Alien franchise has been streamed more often than it has in the last 10 years, and I was like, did I spend the last 10 minutes reading your fucking bullshit history of the Alien franchise for this statement?
Yes.
Of course it's popular right now, dude.
Right.
It's been a while since an Alien movie came out.
That is true.
And the fact that this is a pre-sequel, people want to like re-catch up. And then there's people who haven't really seen the movies, you know, that are going to go see this movie. And it's like, bro, yeah, like, you have to. Like, you don't have to, but like, it's just a thing that's going to happen. It's like, whenever a new Marvel movie comes out, Like a new Captain America movie comes out. Well, not maybe not
Not anymore.
not
Well, I mean,
anymore.
yes, but like
Not the
there
Chris
will be a
Evans
new
one.
Captain
Yeah.
America movie, but yeah.
But anyways, so if when like the next Spider-Man movie comes out, right? I guarantee
Mm-hmm.
you, there's gonna be a spike in people watching the other Spider-Man movies
Yeah. I mean, hell,
because they do link together. So you might as well just oh, I'm gonna refresh myself, whatever.
with this coming out, I almost felt like rewatching some of the Alien movies. I will admit that I didn't know where it takes place. Like I've been pretty good at not getting spoilers for this movie, so I didn't even know. So even just saying that like, oh, this is a pre-sequel was a little bit of a spoiler for me because I was like, okay, so it takes place in between what? In between the first movie and the second movie?
Alien and Aliens, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a little bit of a spoiler for me, but it not like it ruins the movie. I have been seeing titles. At least they've been pretty decent of like saying that twist ending something something something. I'm like, okay, there's a twist ending, but at least you didn't tell me what the twist ending was in the freaking title of your article as
Yeah.
I'm scrolling through. So that's good.
Yeah, I've been avoiding all that stuff too. But I knew it was a pre-sequel from a while ago because they told us. And I know you probably forgot this, but we actually talked about it once on the show.
We probably did, and I have forgotten about it, which is good because I didn't need to know.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Now I don't know what that means, other than the fact that the timeline of this movie is set between the dates of Alien and the dates of Aliens. That's as far as I know about it. So I don't know what that means. I mean, other than the fact that like time-wise in the chronology of the Alien franchise, it takes place on a certain date in between those. That's all it really matters. And it basically just means that in that Ripley is alive in the universe.
She is, but she's in stasis as she's floating through the ether,
Yeah.
waiting to be picked up 30 years later from the first movie.
Yeah. And I don't know what the twist is, but the way that people have been acting about twists lately, is I doubt it very highly as a twist at all. I think people are just fucking stupid. I'm gonna call that right now.
Yeah. Because I'm expecting it to be, if it is a real twist, then yeah, I'm expecting it to be like a real, like, oh my god type, like storyline type thing. And hoping that it's not just, because I've said myself where it'd be kind of interesting to have them like, because they say that Ripley has a daughter, when she comes back in the second movie, and her daughter's old and has passed away or whatever. And in fact, that's what even Alien Isolation is you were playing Amanda Ripley, her daughter. So I'm wondering if the twist at the end is just going to be like, one of the main character was Ripley's daughter the whole time. It's like, that's not much of a twist.
Yeah, it's not a twist at all.
But I'm hoping it's not something stupid like that. Like, I'm fine with them saying like the main character is Ripley's daughter. That's kind of cool to me because it's kind of a fucked up like family thing.
Yeah.
But if they call that what a twist, it's like, no guys, that's not a twist.
No,
that's not a twist at all.
Yeah, it's just that's just terrible family lineage, like horror coincidence stuff. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what brought Ripley's daughter into the fold of being on a ship with a bunch of face huggers and shit?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's fucking. That's just
bad coincidence.
Yeah, bad luck, dude. Like, bad lineage luck. You know what I mean? Like, your bloodline couldn't be more fucking cursed.
Exactly.
It's like, hey, also we cloned Ripley. By the way, she's pregnant with a fucking alien baby. What the fuck? You can't even a clone's
so much
bloodline is cursed.
I hated it so much that
Did you block
was
that?
it Taj that listed the order of what aliens the alien movies happen in? It's like, oh
no, it was Mike because he was
Alien
confused.
Resurrection. That's right, it was Mike.
Yeah, he was confused what Alien Earth was.
I will admit that I've totally forgot what Alien Earth was as well, and I looked at it and I was like, is that what the name of the TV show is that they were doing? Alien Earth? All right.
It's Alien Earth.
Earth.
Like,
yes.
like colon.
Yeah. Earth. Earth. Um, yeah, I had to go look that up, and I was like, oh, that is what they're calling it. That's interesting. Alien Earth. So it'll be at least interesting to see how they, for that one in particular as well. They said that they are, sticking to the atmosphere of the original Alien movie. So having it take place before everything, and then apparently on Earth, will be interesting to see what they do.
Yeah. I don't know if there's any actual. Well, there was some detail about it, but like not. I don't think anything.
Yeah, there wasn't
Massive.
anything last when I looked it up earlier this week. I didn't see anything too like spoilery and too much of the plot explained.
I do know that Timothy Olyphant, isn't it?
Noise. I like me some Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah. I don't know if there's. Yeah, it's not even an official synopsis.
And that's one reason because it's not due to come out until sometime next year.
Yeah, I don't even. Do they even have a fucking release date for it yet?
I don't think so.
I know it's going to FX on Hulu. Is like the thing.
Which means I'm probably just gonna watch. It just says 2025 here on IMDb.
Set 3 decades before the events of the 1979 film Alien. That's all it is. That's all it says.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. The series will serve as a prequel and will be set 3 decades before the events of 1979's film Alien. So,
according to Wikipedia, it's expected to premiere in the first half of 2025. So, in the first 6 months.
Yeah, the first half. All right. Well, that's 6 months. We can guess at when it would be out. So,
February 27th.
Okay. I hope that's like a fucking like Thursday, and that'd be like correct, but also probably wrong. But like it's correct because like it technically releases on that Friday, but because like how streaming works and stuff, it would be like Thursday night, so you'd be correct but also wrong. But maybe not.
What day that would be.
Holy
that
shit!
Actually happens to be a Thursday.
It's a fucking Thursday. Holy shit! That's wild. I just saw that. I was like, God damn. Good job, Joe.
I know, right?
Speaking of what's happening today? Oh, that's right. We are gonna go see Alien Romulus.
We are gonna go see Alien Romulus. What was the choice of doing it today?
Well, I was trying to figure like all of us would be off today.
Yes.
Originally, the plan was to do it in the afternoon to see if Mike would go and like maybe Taj, but then someone's boss decided to change their schedule, and now they work until 6. So.
Oh, gross.
But I wanted to try to get all of us to be able to go.
To go see it.
But it ends up being 7 o'clock is the only real time it would have worked out, and I figured I'd get ahead of it with you because I know a lot of times you plan to go like do things with your family like a normal human being does.
Which I do, yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, well, we're gonna get ahead of this and see if we can jump on it.
Fair enough, but obviously, certain people have certain things. Did Mike even go see like Alien Covenant and whatnot? I'm trying to even think if he's a person that would see the Alien movies because he typically doesn't really like the scary movies.
He saw Prometheus with us. I don't think he went. I don't think he saw. Well, I mean, he may have seen Covenant with us, but he's one of those dudes like Mike lays like pseudo hates non like Alien and Aliens movies. Like and he is a wee bit of a coward when it comes to scary stuff. Or, sorry, he just doesn't like it.
Doesn't like it. I mean, I can understand. There are certain scary things that I don't like either, but at least I'm just like, no to, like, certain amount of gore. Like, there's a certain amount of gore. If it goes over that, no. It stays under that, I'm fine.
There's a
And
difference
that's my
between gore
only
though.
thing. Like anything else beyond that, I can go see like a ghost movie, and I'll be happy with that. Go see alien movies, I'm happy with that.
There's gore, and then there's like a lot of gore.
And that's what I mean. Like
You know, because like there's gonna be like I almost guarantee there's gonna be some gore in this movie.
there's gonna be gore in here, definitely. I wholeheartedly expect it, but it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like tastefully done. It's gonna happen, and you're just gonna be like, "That's fucked up." But the gore that I'm usually I'm usually talking about is like just the overly done type of gore. Then somebody starts like skip roping with somebody's like entrails, and I'm like, that's. I mean, I'm not like gonna throw up over that. That's not what I'm talking about, type of thing. It's just when you draw stuff out, and I'm just like, this is just too much for me. But you're gonna have the chest burster happen. You're like, that fucked up, and that was awful. But it's not gonna like sit there and just sit on it, and like weird stuff starts happening and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, that's a bit much for me.
So was
Yeah.
speaking of Fede Alvarez then? So on his reimagining of Evil Dead, did you think the box cutter scene or the raining blood was too much, or
No,
the
it would be
severing
the
of the arm?
box cutter scene.
Okay.
The box cutter scene would be too much because it sits there on it, and it's
Yeah.
just like, and you're just like, okay, it's just getting more like if it just happened, fine,
Nah, I held that
it
shot.
happened,
It held
but
that
it
shot.
holds on to that, and it just keeps holding on to it. It just keeps going, and like that's where it starts to go. Okay, that's it's a bit much for me. That's just a little bit too much for me. The rest of the movie, fine. Like Raining Blood, yeah, don't really care about. It's a fantastic movie, but it is that one scene in particular that is just like, I'm good. I'm good. And then when it comes to the sequel, it's just like box cutter scene. I'm like, I'm good.
I mean the box grater.
Yeah, whatever happens in the sequel, I'm just assuming that something is going to happen that's like the box cutter scene. That's just going to make me so uncomfortable that I don't want to watch it. That's my thing. It
So
just makes me so uncomfortable that I don't want to watch it.
yeah,
Like I will watch gore. I'm fine with it. I watch The Boys, and that's just a gore fest, in and of itself. But there's nothing in it that makes me so uncomfortable that I don't want to watch it.
so I don't know what. Well, so in the newer Evil Dead movie, there is a cheese grater scene
Mm-hmm.
that's real fucking rough. It's
Mm-hmm.
quick though. It's not like it's like they don't linger on the shot, but it happens, and when it happens, because it's like not like a super deep like like sheds and like blood starts going over, you can see the plasma coming out from the wound first, and you're like, "Huh," but it's like real quick, and I was like, okay, I'm good, because
Yeah.
I've nicked myself on a box grater before. It's not fun. It hurts. It fucking sucks. And I always see people like it was my knuckle, so it wasn't like a fucking like I didn't lose like part of my finger or whatever, right? But it just sucked. But I mean, every time I see someone just fucking freehanding on a fucking box grater, I'm like,
Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. See. No.
nope, nope,
Yeah.
nope. But I do know there's a scene. I don't know what it is because I didn't read the article. I just saw the headline and I thought that's pretty interesting. It said in Alien Romulus, there's a scene where the cast had to look away during the premiere,
Okay.
and I was like,
I don't know.
God damn, I don't know what that is, but now I'm excited, and I don't even know if I'll know what scene they're talking about. But later on, maybe I'll look up and see if I can find the article again. But
Find out what it is.
I didn't want to
But
read
the
what
thing
it was.
is about like something like that too. They infamously in the first movie didn't tell the cast that the chestbuster burster was going to happen. So the whole cast in the movie was like real acting when John Hurt just like falls over and something. Well, that part happens, and obviously they rig him up in a certain way to have the chestburster happen, but they didn't tell the cast that's what was going to happen. So I imagine it could be something similar where the cast was just like, "Oh God, that was just terrifying to happen in real life, and I don't want to see it happen again." You know.
It's true. Well, also wasn't it like or was it Aliens? I can't remember which one it was. One of them was the fact that they wouldn't tell the actors where the alien was.
Yeah.
Was that aliens?
I don't know.
I
That
can't
probably
remember.
is an alien. It sounds like something that they would do with aliens.
Yeah, they would like have them, and then like they would come out of the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember, but yeah, I do love these movies. Well, I love a handful of them. I don't love all of them, because Alien 3 and Alien Resurrection are pretty fucking terrible, no matter how you want to spin it.
Alien 3 is watchable if you
It's watchable, but it's not
if
fucking
you
good.
understand it. It is watchable. It was even more funny to watch it because many moons ago I was over at Matt's house and we were looking for something to watch, and he's never seen Alien 3. And so we watched it, and it was pretty fun to at least sit there as like a side commentary and just be like, okay, in the movie, this is what's going to happen here, and then realizing that we were watching the director's cut, because Matt doesn't get some of his movies through the most legal way, we'll say. Uh, so I didn't know which version of the movie we were watching because it just said Alien 3, and I was like, oh, and this scene coming up, it's fucking hilarious because the alien's just a dog dressed up in an alien costume. And then we're watching it. I was like, I don't remember this happening. Only to realize this is the director's cut. Oh my god, this is where they went back and kind of like tried to re-CG things, and it looks terrible.
Yeah.
But it's a lot better than just a dog covered in a loose costume just like trotting along.
That behind the scenes footage actually just started popping up again.
Did it?
Yeah, because like if you watch the behind the scenes of Alien 3, there's test footage of them with a greyhound dressed in a xenomorph dog outfit, and the dog. It's funny because for the dog to be able to see what it's doing is when it puts the head on, the face is missing, so it's there, and like I don't know if their plan was to post it in or something. I don't know, or do it in post or whatever. But it's just funny because the dog's just running around, but the suit doesn't move on him, so it's just
Yeah.
like the legs are just flailing. It's really funny to watch. But the dog like so excited to run around the room in this fucking costume, and then when they put the head on it, it's just so ridiculous because you see the bulbous xenomorph style head, right? But then the face part's cut out, and it's just the snout of the fucking greyhound, and he's just
Yeah.
darting around, zooming around. It's so funny to watch. But yeah, that clip has been popping back up lately because of this. And they're like, at least they didn't try to put a dog in an alien costume. I was like, hey, if Fidel Alvarez had the idea, he probably would have. But he's like, no, we can do this with like like electronics more than an actual animal. Mainly because also like dressing animals in costumes might be like some kind of like thing they don't do anymore.
It probably isn't. But then again, it didn't look real good when they did it there.
No.
It would be hilarious to have him like do a callback to that as like, you see just like a shadow somewhere and it's like trotting at you. You're like, oh my god, it looks like an alien that just turns out to be a dog in like some weird costume, and you're like, that's funny.
Covered in stuff.
Covered in stuff. But just the thought of a dog just being like, I'm a xenomorph, zoom, 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 zoom,
Yeah, it was really funny.
is fucking adorable to me.
I'll see if I can post it on the website too, so people can see if they haven't seen it or if they don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
Yes, please. But yeah, so Alien 3, like, it's, especially when you watch the director's edition, it's not a scary movie, but it is at least an okay movie to watch to me. Resurrection is just a terrible movie and terrible writing and terrible everything. It feels like it was just made to make sure that they keep the license for Alien, and that's it.
I wouldn't doubt it. I would
Yeah.
not doubt it.
So many terrible decisions made, and I don't understand it at all. Like, yeah.
That's one of those things. Like I wish we had like, and there's probably is like I wish there was like a way for like archiving of actual true facts to come out about how the movies were made, so we can like read about them or whatever. Because like I really want to know like some of the things that like the decisions that are made or who made the decisions and things like that. Because like there's some like really terrible decision making when it comes to certain things, and I really want to know who to blame.
Yeah, whose idea was it to bring back Ripley, but now she's like got alien DNA in her, and she's kind of like the mother of the aliens, and
Yeah.
then you have the whatever. What did they call that? What did they call that weird ass fucking alien human hybrid thing?
Abomination. I
I
don't know.
mean, it was an abomination, but there was a specific name for it, like King
Let's
Alien
let's see.
or something like that. And then she starts making out with it, and I'm like, whose idea was this?
Alien
You know,
Resurrection.
the only
Uh,
good thing of that movie was Ron Perlman, and that was it.
oh my god. I did not know this.
What,
Guess who wrote that fucking movie?
wasn't it Goyer or something?
Joss Whedon.
Joss Whedon. Okay,
Oh, I kind of borderline hate him even more now.
yeah,
I'm so glad his career got canceled.
right.
Let's see.
And don't get
Sigourney
me wrong,
Weaver.
like Sigourney Weaver was good in the movie too, but her role in it was just awful.
She's officially designated as Ripley 8, so she's the 8th clone of Ripley.
Yes,
I forgot that. A little tidbit,
because
apparently.
you get that whole sequence where she walks into a lab and you just see like the like they don't even, it doesn't even make sense within that aspect either. Like they have the seven different Ripleys before her, and they're all just in some sort of phase of fucked upness. Especially the one that is just left out on a table, just convulsing or slowly convulsing, and I even think it says "kill me" at one point in time. It's like, this is what you just keep the experiments alive. Like, it's a failed experiment. You just put it in a test tube and just go, eh. If it lives, it lives. If it dies, it dies. I don't care. This one's too big for a test tube. Where are you going to put it? On the table? Like, I don't know. It's one of those movies that just doesn't. It doesn't make sense when you really think about it.
The newborn hybrid reaches the ship and attacks Call, killing DeStefano. I'm trying to see if they name what the name of it is in this.
The other place you could look is like the toys. The toys always had names.
Yeah.
Alien 3 toys.
It just keeps referencing xenomorph as what it is. The xenomorph queen's DNA has been combined with Ripley's, so the clone grows up with an embryo inside it. The scientists extract the embryo, raise it, and collect its eggs while keeping Ripley 8 alive for further study. As a result of xenomorph's DNA inside her, the clone has enhanced strength and reflexes. I forgot about that too.
Mm-hmm.
Acidic blood and a psychic link with the xenomorph. Oh god.
Yep.
Additionally, xenomorph's genetic memory allows the clone to have some of Ripley's memories. Okay.
Here they call it the newborn, so I guess the toy version of it is just called the newborn.
Okay. Yeah, because it says the newborn xenomorph in this too, so that must be the official name.
Yeah, the newborn joins your collection as a figure from the Haya toys.
Oh, sounds like you should probably throw that away.
Seriously.
Ripley's taking the alien nest where she finds Getamin alive and partially cocooned. The alien queen having developed a uterus as a result of her genetic
I forgot about that. It was
contamination with Ripley
birth.
8 gives birth to a xenomorph with overly human traits. Unable to bond with the queen, the hybrid xenomorph recognizes Ripley 8 as its mother, so it kills the alien queen and Getamin. Ripley 8 takes advantage of the distraction to escape and makes her way to the Betty. The newborn hybrid, yeah, they said newborn hybrid, reaches the ship and attacks Call, killing Stefano. Ripley 8 saves Call by distracting the hybrid using her acidic blood. Ripley 8 melts a hole in a window and punches the hybrid towards it, or pushes a hybrid. I'm trying to read multiple lines at the same time. The decompression violently blows the creature through the hole and out into space as Ripley 8 tearfully watches on. Okay. Oh, the psychic link probably like makes her like feel remorse or some shit.
Remorse for killing it, yeah.
Yeah. I forgot so much of this fucking movie. It's just upsetting.
Yeah, as you're reading it, I'm like, oh yeah, that. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about the live birth thing. Forgot about how they killed it, which was just putting it up against a hole
And they
in
get sucked out
the
into
ship,
space.
and it just slowly gets sucked out, which I don't even think actually could be a thing.
Well, violent decompression of a spaceship would like cause explosions, right?
Yeah, but the way it dies though is there's a small like I think it's like an inch size hole, maybe even a little smaller, in the hull of the ship, and it gets pressed up against it, and then it slowly gets sucked out. But the problem is that it's one of those weird physics things that I'd have to look up, because technically if you have the atmosphere of the ship at standard atmosphere of Earth, which I mean we're Earthlings, would be only one atmosphere difference. It's not actually a whole lot of pressure to, you know, it's not a whole lot of pressure
Does
differential.
it need to be as? Would it be as violent as like popping a hole in an airplane?
That's what I'm saying. But even that's not that bad. Like if you popped a 1 inch hole in an airplane, it's not going to violently decompress.
Yeah, it has to be a pretty big hole, but that's more like the rushing of air, too, right?
Yeah,
Not. It's not like you pop a hole in there, all of a sudden people are getting like eviscerated, being sucked through
just
the
getting
hole.
eviscerated and sucked out. No, not at all. In fact,
Okay.
nothing basically would happen. There would just be like, oh, there's a hole. There's a small hole
Oh,
in
my
the side
head,
of the ship.
my ears hurt.
I know this has been solved before. Would a hole in a space ship cause be catastrophic? We'll say.
Would it be catastrophic?
Oh, apparently that's not how you spell catastrophic. Let's see. Where's a good source?
NASAknowledge.org. Don't type that
Is
in.
that
What
what
it
you
is.
came across, or
No, don't type that in. I
okay?
don't know what that is. I
I
just
was
made
like,
that up. My brain.
mm-mm.
Oh, I forgot he was in that movie.
Yeah, there was a 2 millimeter size breach in a Soyuz capsule not too long ago. Left unchecked. This is quotes from like a post. Left unchecked, the small hole would have depressurized the station in about 2 weeks. But I think, however, the individuals making up the ISS have hatches separating them, blah blah blah. Therefore, casting blah 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 blah. I think in cases like that, like you could literally just put your thumb over it and it'd be fine. Uh,
Yeah, I can't imagine. I mean, the decompression portion of it would be like, but would it equalize? Well, not equalize, but like it wouldn't be. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know enough of the actual science behind if it would cause a mass decompression.
no, and it wouldn't. That's the thing.
So
Like,
like putting up the alien against this 1 inch hole would just kind of solve the problem, right? Like wouldn't it
I mean,
just
it would solve the problem, yes, and it wouldn't suck him out. That's the
yeah
thing. He would just, at worst, he could just be trapped there. But if I recall right, the size of the hole was relatively small. Now I say 1 inch. Now I think about it, it actually might have been bigger. Uh,
fist sizes and
so
shit?
like fist size or something like that. But even then, I think he might be stuck up again. But no, he wouldn't be, because it's just you're looking at a differential pressure of one atmosphere. Like you, you, you would be able to overcome that. You do it every day.
And
You
the
stand up
amount of
and whatnot.
mass he would have would block it off, right? Like you're not
It
putting a
would
piece of
block it
paper
off,
like this.
definitely. If he just stood there with his back to it, it'd probably hurt like hell. I'm not saying it wouldn't hurt,
But wouldn't
but
it? Would eventually it would
it would
equalize though,
stop
right?
the it would stop or at least hinder the flow of atmosphere outside. It's just that I don't think it just wouldn't suck him out.
Where's Neil deGrasse Tyson when you fucking need him, dude?
I know, right?
I'm gonna find that clip online. I'm gonna fucking tweet it at him or or thread it at him or whatever the fuck, where I can send it to him like, hey bro, yes or no, and he'll be like no, and I'll be like, yeah, it's fucking right.
Because I'm trying to think of like things that would like how much pressure is inside of a soda can or something like that, and if you were to just like put your hand over it, shake it up and it becomes pressurized, that would be about the same thing. You'd be able to just keep your hand over it, even if it becomes like 2 atmospheres within inside of there, you should be able to keep your hand over it, and after a while it might become uncomfortable, but you would still be able to do it because it's actually not a very much pressure on your hand.
So I wonder if you took a bottle of soda, like, so not that anyone else but you and I can see this, right? But this is a bottle of Arizona. If you were to, like, this is obviously carbonated by any means. There's a little when you open it, but that's because temperature changes throughout its life. So if you were to take a bottle of soda like this without opening the cap first, and you were to drill a hole big enough for you to cover with your thumb, right? So you've already released some of the gas that's been built up in there, right? Because you opened it. But if you covered it with your hand and you shook it up, the pressure would be the other way, right? It would try to push out versus
it'd be trying to push out, yes.
Okay, so you couldn't test it that way.
What I'm just saying is, like, it's still kind of you could think of.
But it's still actually the
like
same
the
idea, though.
Still pushing out, but I'm still saying, like, the differential from 1 atmosphere to 2 atmospheres is still 1 atmosphere. So you're still putting enough pressure on it.
Because if I can make a good enough seal with my thumb in that hole, because the hole's not big enough, the mass of my thumb would cover it. That would abate the whole pressure thing, right?
Yeah.
And I could hold it on there stiff enough, maybe, to like let the pressure dissipate inside, because you can dissipate pressure on the inside of a bottle when you shake it up. If you let it sit long enough, it settles down. You know what I mean? Where it doesn't explode right away, I think.
Still just trying to find something more concrete here about specifically putting your hand over something, but I think it's doable. Anyway, it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna suck you out at all.
That's a shame.
That's a shame. Yeah, like that. In reality, that movie would have just been like, bam, he hits it, and it's like, he's gonna get sucked out. And then in reality, it's just like, no.
Even though that like, they would have to like crush his bones and like pull him out of the hole, right?
Which it did, yeah.
Yeah, it's like he would just be like smooshed into that whatever, right? And then like, so that would technically be killing him, not really the being put out. Well, maybe it depends on how his body is developed, because he may need oxygen because he is a hybrid. So he may not be able to breathe in space, but he would freeze still, right? Because that was the whole thing with like the Alien Queen.
No, freezing isn't something that would happen instantaneously. It would happen over a long period.
That's what I'm saying,
because
isn't that what happened with the Alien Queen? Like they sent her out, like obviously in the movie, like it happened really quickly.
I don't think they really focused on the freezing in that one. That was just like, you got sucked out into the space. There's no air in space, bitch. Yeah, I don't think it. Oh, yeah, no. Then it was the. I was gonna say then she gets sucked into the engine, but that was actually the first one.
Yeah.
Where it gets sucked into the engine and just annihilated.
Because Ripley uses the little fucking forklift robot thing to toss it into the air, the cargo thing, and then opens it up and out, right?
Yes, yeah, and that one would be a bit more realistic because you have a much bigger hole, and so you have a much bigger mass of air just leaving.
Yeah.
Now, where do you get all that air from? I don't know. Movie magic, whatever. But yeah, you now have, like, even though it's still a 1 atmosphere differential. Theoretically, you still have a mass of air going past you constantly that could push you off.
Well, it would be more of a burst, though, right? It wouldn't be a sustained blast of air. It would be like a sudden.
It would be sudden, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if you really think about it, if you have that mass of a hole that you suddenly open up, or even if you just slowly open up, you only have the hanger there. right? Theoretically, all the other doors to the hangar are shut off and are airtight.
Maybe.
So the amount of air that you have would be only what's in the hangar.
Yeah, so it'd be like a
Which
burst more than a sustained.
so it'd be a burst more than a sustain, but in the movie it's more of a sustain type of
Yeah.
thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like movie magic. You have more air than there possibly is in the hangar, just leaving the ship.
Because I would say like it would catch the alien queen off guard with that burst, and like then like obviously be like, I lost my grip and I flew into space, and Ripley would be like, haha, and gives her like the equivalent of the metal fucking lifter suit middle finger, and closes the door, and then she's fine because it's not still, it's just like woof, and as long as she was holding on, and the queen was like but then that's the whole thing is like queen had latched onto her in the suit, so they needed to go. So yeah, it's kind of shitty. Thanks a lot, James Cameron, for being a piece of garbage.
But still a good movie.
It's a great movie. I love that movie. I'm not saying that ruined it for me, but science-wise, like if you didn't know science back then, it was like, oh dang, that's crazy. But like now we know, like being adults. I use that term very loosely.
Very loosely.
That we like it would be more of like a, like, like I could see like if you were to do it where it would be like it's just a sudden burst and it like caught the alien queen off guard, she might lose her grip and fall off. Mm-hmm. But it'd be more of a thing where Ripley would need to like shake her loose so she would fall to the door and then hit the button, and then the door would suck the alien queen out versus being latched onto her and then slowly get sucked off of her. But I digress. I don't want to shit on that movie.
Here's somebody's response that kind of more directly answers this question, even though this is not. It's on Quora, so I don't know if this is like a more scientific thing. But the question was, what would happen if there was a little hole in the spacecraft and I put my hand on it? Would you seal the hole? And the answer is, let's see. Movies mislead you, making us believe that the hole can destroy a whole aircraft. The answer is no. Even if you're aboard a spacecraft in vacuum and you patch a small hole with your hand, it'd be fine. But that doesn't mean I recommend you do it. At high altitude, low pressure, your hand will lose some of its moisture, and after a while, your hand will swell. If you bring duct tape, it'd be better to use. But it's a different thing if the spacecraft wasn't flying or the hole wasn't connected to the exterior. It's a weird. Okay. Note, if you hear a hiss, try with another part of your hand or blah, 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 blah. But yeah, like, it's not going to, like, it's going to hurt. I'm not saying it's going to be the most comfortable thing in the world, but, you're not going to get sucked out of you're not going to get sucked out at all.
It's not a violent decompression like they make it look. Because, like, we've had, in recent history, we've had doors malfunction on airplanes while in flight. And not everybody gets sucked out into the fucking air.
Exactly.
There will be a gust of stuff being pulled out, but you're not getting ripped out of your seat. Like, the seat's not getting ripped loose of its mooring and shot out the side of the plane.
Yeah.
You may lose papers that are close by, like someone's reading a newspaper and all of a sudden it gets sucked out of his hand, not because it's getting sucked down, because there's a giant vortex of wind ripping through. Like, your hair is going to mess up.
This other article mentions that the Mythbusters tested this myth.
Oh, shit. That's got to be
true. The Mythbusters
true.
started by testing with a bullet, and the result was that even small styrofoam pellets were moved. They then ramped up the test to total a removal of a window, approximately 0.25 millimeters squared. This is pretty bad, and Buster was partially sucked out the window. Not sure which is stronger, the fuselage of an airplane or the ISS. On the other hand, the plane is subjected to many takeoffs and landings, which went on a different tangent. Yeah.
Anywho. Alien Resurrection is garbage.
I see NECA is making a whole new line of toys.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, there's a
life-size facehugger now that's on pre-order for $70.
NECA released or I was gonna say re-released, but they never released the originals.
Ooh, I can't do this. No, don't go searching NECA site. They have spoilers.
Oh yeah, don't do that. But they do. They did release redone versions of. I think we talked about this before, of the classic Alien toys.
Nice.
and it's cool because they come in like the old school blister packaging,
Mm-hmm.
and some come in boxes too. But they had like the bull alien,
Mm-hmm.
and they had a lot of those, and they had the figures and stuff like that. It was pretty cool. I want to say it was NECA that did that.
I wouldn't doubt it because I think NECA is the one that owns the rights for the action figure alien toys.
Yeah.
I know that there are other ones that do make some of those more goofy style, chibi style alien toys, but the actual action figures I only ever see are NECA. They're
NECA.
really great things.
It's true. Oh, they show a picture of the fucking the hybrid alien on this article on IGN.
From Resurrection?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh god, I forgot how fucking terrible it is.
Yeah. It's terrible.
I'm trying to avoid looking at anything that's going to talk about the new movie.
That's why I just closed it. Yeah. I was like, oh, let's go see what other alien toys that they have here.
Yeah, I don't want to
This is
touch
awesome
it.
because I mean the face hugger is not a spoiler. I mean,
There's a face hugger in the movie?
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my god, my fucking afternoon is ruined.
I know, right? I'm sorry I spoiled
Thanks a
it
lot,
for you.
Joe.
But then as soon as I clicked on Alien, I saw like Alien Romulus, and then it showed a picture. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that'd be like toys from the movie. Close.
We look at those after we've seen it.
Afterwards, yeah. And I sit there and I go, should I buy that? Ooh, no, that's a bit more than I want to right now.
Yeah, it's a. Oh, there was another popcorn bucket that popped up. I want to say it was from Cinemark or Regal. I can't remember which one it is.
Regal. I think you're talking about the one with the face hugger on the outside of a glowing tube.
Yeah, dude.
I was a little confused about that one because that one was announced in the original article that I had read about all of the popcorn buckets. But it wasn't announced as a popcorn bucket. It said it was just a decoration piece.
Oh, because the video I saw, they put popcorn in it.
Yeah, the newer one, the newer articles I've seen have said, look at this this really cool popcorn bucket, and I'm like, no, that's the decoration piece that they said it was. It was just a glowy decoration.
Yeah. I thought it would have been cool if it would have been like a soda cup.
Yeah, because Regal also has one of the alien heads. So
Yeah.
it's like they have two buckets.
Yeah, it's getting a little out of hand, but yeah. I saw that and I was like, damn, that one's cool just because like it looks cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then like, because there's another one that is just a black bucket with a face hugger on it.
And that was the one that I thought was really cool because it's a stainless steel bucket. It's the AMC one that has like more of a. It's the face hugger on it, but it looks like, quote unquote life size, on it, which I thought was really cool. That was the one I wanted. But after seeing some of the other ones, I'm like, I don't know. The one we're talking about does seem kind of a bit more cool, but I have to see more of it. But it's not like I'm going to AMC or Regal Cinemas to actually try and go get those things.
No.
I didn't know that Harkins does actually sell some, I guess, buckets.
They do. They're none of the.
Have their own.
Yeah, they're most just like stuff that has pictures on them. They're nothing like it doesn't look like an Ecto one or fucking like that. They're usually just buckets that like have print on them.
If you go to Harkins' website, they do have a merchandise section, which I didn't even know about.
Yeah.
90% of the stuff is like Harkins merchandise. Like, yeah, you can buy a blanket that says Harkins on it. I'm like, why? But they did have one of the buckets for. It wasn't Deadpool. It was
Oh, it was a Borderlands bucket that actually
Borderlands.
looks like,
That Borderlands. But I've seen
Terrible
that,
decision.
At other places, so that seems more of a.
It's just available.
It's just available, like
Gotcha.
like someone else made it. It's not specifically made for a place. Yeah, there it is.
First off, I would not spend $30 on anything branded for that piece of shit movie.
Well, it doesn't even look good too. I had you not said Borderlands on it, I'd be like, oh, what Looney Tunes movie came out?
Yeah, why does it have a fried egg splattered on the side of it?
Yeah. I mean, maybe it makes sense in the movie. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. The movie fucking sucks.
So I've heard.
Lilith doesn't even have fucking tattoos, and she's a goddamn siren.
Sure.
Fucking horseshit. Roland's 4'7", comic relief.
Oh, is that who
Kevin Hart plays?
Kevin Hart plays?
Yeah, fucking dog shit. I'm sorry, Kevin Hart, but you're not a fucking statuesque fucking hero. I mean, I would have been more okay with fucking Rock playing Roland than anybody else.
Each popcorn container purchase includes a voucher for a free medium popcorn.
Yeah, most of them come with the actual popcorn.
I would hope so, especially since I've never seen them sell these things in store. So if you're buying it online, I would hope that would come with a voucher for popcorn and not like, hey, fill this up. All right.
Like I say, the ones they sell,
popcorn gonna be?
Yeah, at Harkins in the theaters, the ones they sell are more just like a reusable bucket that just has the design of the movie on it. It's not really like formed to look like something. It doesn't have like a face hugger molded on the side of it, or be molded to be like an Ecto-1 or Slimer. Theirs are more just buckets that have artwork from the movie on it. That's really what theirs are, versus all these other ones are like, you know, you can put popcorn in an Ecto-1. It's like, I don't think that Ecto-1's going to hold enough popcorn to make me want to fucking use it for that.
No.
Because I guarantee you, even if you could fit a medium popcorn in that thing, it's going to be so hard to get shit out of that because of the crevices it would have to get the fucking popcorn in there properly. Or literally be like 2.5 feet long so you could fit a cavity in it that would fit a medium popcorn.
The thing about some of those too, which is why the alien bucket one, is kind of a better choice too, is I get butter with my popcorn. So imagine trying to clean some of these things out.
Yeah, right?
Of butter. It would be terrible. I like Harkins sells shoelaces with popcorn on them.
Oh yeah, dude. I saw a pretty sweet bucket hat too from Mike.
Yeah, right there.
Finally started his bucket hat collection.
Let's all go to the lobby.
Yeah. What's popular on streaming? They show fucking Alien, or they show Prometheus.
I do like that Harkins was also doing, or not Harkins, AMC was also doing, hey, come see the movie day one and you can get a patch. And it's like, I own that patch. It's just a Weyland-Yutani patch.
Yeah. Dun, dun, dun.
For some of these movies. Romulus. Oh, that's the Crow. Okay. Strange Darling.
You're talking about what comes in theaters?
Penguin Friend. What?
Are you talking about what's coming in theaters?
Yeah, because I'm on Harkin's website and just the banner is scrolling through things, and I was like, the hell are some of these movies I've never even seen trailers for?
Anyway. Dumbass article.
Afraid?
I'm afraid.
Oh.
One of my friends on Xbox, his gamer tag is now oh no, a ghost. And so every time it pops up, I'm like, oh no, a ghost. And the other day, like this last week I think it was, I was playing Destiny with Clint, and it popped up. I was like, oh no, a ghost. He's like, there's ghosts in this game? And I forgot that we were on headset, and I forgot the things like what I normally say, like when I'm alone in the room or when Paige is there, who's used to my fucking random shit that spews out of my face. He's looking around. I was like, what? I can see his character like swiveling around, like, there's ghosts. And I was like, well, technically there are in this game, but like there's not. No. And I had to explain to him, like, it's my buddy Michael Cosgrove's like username.
What game were you playing with him?
We were playing Destiny 2.
Oh, Destiny 2. Yeah, there are ghosts in that movie.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, there's ghosts in it. So I mean, but yeah, I was like, that's just funny because like I just said it out loud. He's like, oh, he's like, what?
Oh, no,
I was like,
ghost.
no, don't worry, Slimer's not coming for us.
It'd be hilarious.
It's just funny because
Ghostbusters crossover.
Yeah, it's just funny because like it just pops up and it says like, oh no, a ghost on my Xbox, and it just makes me laugh.
Speaking of ghosts, that we can close this out. Did you finally see the? Because I sent you guys the full Tom Cruise stunt.
Yeah,
that was pretty wicked.
Yeah. So speaking of which, I tried to post that on the website when I uploaded the show, right? And I was like, I was waiting until it came out, like, so a lot of people had like filmed from their TVs or recorded screenshots or screen grabs of whatever, right? And none of them were great, and they weren't the whole thing. So I was like, oh, I'll wait for like the Olympics has a page, they're gonna put it on there, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's restricted to only being watched on the site.
Oh, nice.
So you can only watch it on YouTube. So I couldn't put a shareable link. I could put a shareable link on there, but I couldn't have it playable on the website.
Yeah.
I was like, really? What about this needs to not be shared?
Right.
Like, what's wrong with you people? Like, in this day and age, you're not gonna let people share this fucking
What
clip.
What ad revenue are you gaining from this?
Yeah, like come on, man.
The fucking Olympics.
Yeah, dude. I was like, so like, I was gonna put some other ones on there, but like, again, nobody had the full clip. They just had like the stunt portion of it. But I wanted the stunt into the passing the torch, driving out on the bike, like thing. But no, I was like, why? Why the fuck can't I do this?
It makes me wonder how much in advance they filmed a lot of that stuff. Because I obviously know they filmed it in advance. So I'm just wondering how much in advance they filmed it.
I don't know, but I was like, it's cool, and it's cool because like it's nifty neato because like it's them passing the torch to the next Summer Olympics, which is going to be in LA.
Yeah.
But it's like, but also it's like, dang, he crazy.
He crazy. Just doing that, whatever you call that rappel down off the top there.
Yeah.
Fucking just hops on a motorcycle, grabs a torch, and just driving through the streets of Paris.
Yeah.
That's where it was. Paris, right? Paris,
Yeah.
London? Or London?
Paris, London? Paris, France?
Paris, London, Jesus Christ. Paris, France.
Joe
and then he gets on the fucking cargo plane there, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I half expected it, like, the cargo plane to be slowly taking off.
And he drives up on it.
And he has to drive up on it. So I'm a little disappointed in that, Mr. Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Mr. Tom Cruise and shit.
I was hoping that it'd be a little bit more exciting, but the fact that you just drove up onto it and then it slowly starts taking off, I'm like, I guess you could.
You couldn't have it taking off and then you have to jump off the tarmac into the back of it?
Yes.
Come on, man.
Come on. You're Tom fucking Cruise.
Let's reshoot it.
Let's reshoot this.
Let's make this a little more Mission Impossible-y.
Exactly. They're shooting Mission Impossible there anyway. They might as well have just shot one of the scenes as that.
So I wonder how they're going to tie in Ethan Hunt getting the Olympic torch to drive to LA on a plane.
It's his cover. It's his next cover.
That's it. He basically takes the role of a famous movie actor.
Yeah.
And uses that.
He gets mistaken for a famous movie actor, and then gets tied into the stunt, and that's how he gets out.
Whose name is Lon Ship. That's the actor's name, because it's like Tom Cruise, but like not.
Yeah. Then it actually makes me wonder how long they're going to keep the Hollywood sign as the Olympic rings, too.
I wonder if that's actually there. Is that up still, or is that just fake on there? Do they keep that way for 4 years?
And that's what I'm wondering. God damn it! I can't type. Wow.
Oh shit! It actually is up there. It's real.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well, it's weird because I can't find current images now. I just see like generic Hollywood sign images when I search for Hollywood sign.
I'm trying to see if this article says it.
Here we go. Thrill list. Will the Hollywood sign really get Olympic rings?
Unfortunately, after some sleuthing, it looks like the live Hollywood sign webcam, it appears the rings are digitally edited. So it was fake.
Really?
Yep.
It's fake?
Yes. Apparently. Hollywood, man. Goddamn Hollywood magic.
It makes sense, but like... All right.
I mean, when it comes to the event, they might have them up there. Like, they may do it for the few weeks or whatever. However fucking long the Olympics are. As a thing. You know, like, hey, this is like, hey guys, look, because it's not really... I mean, I don't know. They might have some events in Hollywood, but Hollywood's not a fucking sports area, so I can't imagine they're going to be doing too much there. But obviously, it is like one of the most iconic landmarks in all of Los Angeles County, which I think Hollywood is part of. So I can imagine them having that up there for like during the event. But I don't think there's going to be and I don't think there's going to be an Olympic stuff happening in Hollywood because Hollywood's not that big. And like I said, it doesn't really have sports stuff in
I'm
it.
I'm definitely wondering it myself, like where are they going to have a lot of the events? And it's probably going to be much like, much like they do everywhere.
Well, I'm sure all the stadiums
one of the
around
events
there
was swimming up the Seine River or swimming across the Seine River.
Yeah.
So that's not exactly in wherever they held the event, but it was nearby.
Yeah, we don't really have rivers there. They're gonna fill the Los Angeles River with water for the event. So
that's what people were saying. It was pretty fucking hilarious. They're like, oh, they're just gonna fill the canals that they have here with water, or someone was like, yeah, here's where they showed a picture of one of the canals and it had like a little tiny bit of water running across the middle. And they're like, look, they can build bleachers and stuff on the slanted sides, and you could just have the water events here. And it's like, that's hilarious, but that's not enough water.
Never gonna be enough water.
No, not at all.
Yeah,
but who knows? They could probably just build pools somewhere and.
I think it's gonna be a shit show. To tell you the truth.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
Like it just seems like it's like.
At least they're not doing it in Glendale, Arizona. That's a real shit show. That'd be a real shit show.
Oh my god, if they did it
LA
here.
at least has a possibility of building up a bunch of stuff and having facilities to be able to do things. But
well, they have like SoFi Stadium, which is technically in Inglewood, but it's close enough.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And then they but then they have like the Coliseum. They have the colleges that are there. But then they have to have like the convention center is gonna have to be converted over. There's probably stuff near Anaheim, which is like sort of close-ish, because they do have actually, all they really have is a convention center. They don't really have anything else there.
Anaheim? I mean, unless you converted the baseball field.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. Well, I guess you could use but like during the Olympics, there's gonna be baseball, so
you could.
Yeah, it's gonna be very interesting to see how they. I mean, they have 4 years to get it all done, but
yeah,
I'm sure I'm sure they're not waiting till like the summer of 2027 to start, but they're like, hey, we got this, guys.
We should do.
Hey guys, are we supposed to prep for this by any chance?
Supposed to prep for something? I don't remember.
Like maybe I don't know, clean your city. Make your traffic better.
That's going to be the thing. Yeah.
Not
up the city.
Not make it a complete fucking shithole, which it actually is.
Mm-hmm.
I just, oh my god, it's gonna be fucking terrible, dude. It's gonna be so bad.
But you don't live there, so you don't have to worry about it. Just don't take a vacation around the same time.
Dude, can you imagine how fucking like stupidly busy like Disney's gonna be and Universal? Like all that stuff.
All of the international people. Like it already attracts international people, but like you now have people there that are Olympic people there specifically for that, and then they can do all this other stuff. So yeah, it would be busy.
Are the expansions for Disneyland gonna be done by then?
I have no idea.
Oh my god, that's fucking
it's 4
genius,
years, so
dude.
There's a possibility that a lot of the expansion will be done by then.
Man, I gotta look that up now that we're talking about it. Disneyland expansion. Disneyland.
That could be actually a good precursor or a reason why Disney could be pushing stuff.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, have that stuff ready.
Disneyland's $1.9 billion expansion plan officially approved. Let's see. Does this say when they plan to open it? Because I'm gonna guess it's gonna be 2028.
Before the Olympics.
Let's see. That does not say shit. That is barely an article, people. Expansion map. That's kind of cool. Wow, that's fucking ad is terrible. Well, without a comparison to what it looked like before, I have a hard time understanding how your expansion is going to look. So great article there. I'm just looking for a date of when it might come out. Long time Disneyland. Look for blah, 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 blah. Nothing about it. Jesus. That's a long time.
Yeah,
The
some people
rezoning
are
approval is expected to go into effect in the next 30 days, will lead to a finalized expansion agreement between Disney and the city that extends to 2064.
yeah.
Jesus Christ, they're just going to take over the whole fucking town. Let's see if we can just say date in there and see. Riveting conversation
That's
that I was listening to.
that's what I searched for. I came across a Reddit article where people were throwing out a bunch of different
Well, this
timelines.
says
Someone saying over the next 10 years. Someone said over the next 40 years.
Disney. Well, this says that they announced groundbreaking starts in 2026 at D23.
Mm.
So when are they going to plan to have that finished? I can't imagine they don't know that the fucking Olympics are coming to LA about that time. I mean, there's no fucking chance, right? Disney fucking forgot the Olympics were coming to LA.
Oh yeah, this is one of those things though that I'd imagine that they have kind of a basic idea right now, but if they're not expecting to break ground for another 2 years, once they get closer, they'll be like, okay, we plan on having this much of the expansion done by then. But even from what you've read, it sounds like they're going to have this is going to be a more long term planning and expansion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
What the hell am I looking at in this picture?
Disneyland Forward, $2.5 billion Disneyland expansion plan officially, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Holy shit, is that an actual picture? Well, concept picture? That looks fucking wild.
Right?
Multi-year expansion. Okay. But when are we expecting to have this finished? Oh, that's across the fucking street. What? I gotta look at that map a little better.
Oh yeah, no, that's like I ran across there's one that just has like a generic map that looks like two giant tumors coming off of the main area.
That's a good way of putting it. Let's see, blah blah blah. No.
I'm not actually sure what I'm looking at here. Are those the hotels? And then maybe just the generics? I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I haven't looked at it completely yet. Planning Commission. That those dates go backwards. That's probably not the best way to make a timeline. It's a really long article for not giving me any actual fucking information that's not basically being talked about twice or three times.
Are you on mickeyvisit.com?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the same article I'm on. It just keeps scrolling and going.
Nope. Well, that's a big ass map right there. I'll look at that in a second. I don't.
There's the big ass map. Yeah.
Yep. I don't see where this is saying. They have to have a planned timeline of when this is going to get finished now, right? That they have it officially announced.
Again, I would assume that they have like a generic idea of when.
Because you can't hold the fucking city hostage, right?
No, that they're going to have ideas of when. They probably have like internal ideas when the different stages of construction are going to happen. Just haven't fully announced it yet. Once they get closer to groundbreak day, which is almost 2 years from now, they'll probably release more information within that amount of time.
Let's see. This article even says they want to have something ready to open in summer of 2028.
Oh yeah, summer 28 Olympics coming to LA will also be a factor, but we'll have to wait and see, is what it says.
Oh, okay. This part of the article says provided statistics to a recent economic study that concluded that for every $1 billion Disney invests in Disneyland, that over 4,000 jobs are created, along with $1.8 billion in economic output during a 4-year construction period. He also shared previous economic impacts, blah, blah, blah. So 4 years of a groundbreak in 2026 means it's not going to be done until 2030.
but by that time they'll at least have some of the attractions open. They have to have some of it open by
Yeah,
then.
they're not gonna fucking leave the whole fucking park just a mess.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're not gonna shut down the whole fucking place just to have it going. You're gonna definitely do it in sections.
Yes.
Obviously, and like what they did with Tiana's Bayou, they just shut down the area around Splash Mountain to do the construction. Not like they didn't just cut off half the fucking park to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or what they did with Big Thunder Mountain. I remember they closed that area down while they were doing construction on it. Yeah.
Refurbish that bitch.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a map of the areas that are affected. Interesting. Where's that other map?
That concept art towards the bottom there.
It's gnarly, right?
Yeah. With the skull and the pirate ship.
Yeah, dude.
What looks like a Matterhorn off in the left-hand side, but like a real ice mountain looking thing. It's hard to tell get my bearings on where, like, obviously that's Cinderella's castle in the center there, but everything is so different than the layout of the current Disneyland. It's weird.
Family ride outside.
Maybe that isn't. I don't know.
Critter County. Oh shit! Wait a minute. Holy fuck. Okay, so not that anyone can see this, and I'll try to post it if I remember. So go up to that like almost like heat index map that was like a little bit above where we were. It has like orange and yellow and shit all over it.
Yeah, where did that heat in? I know which one you're talking about. I'm looking for it.
So it talks about like
there it is.
It's noise barriers, whatever, right? Doesn't matter what the actual thing's talking about. I'm looking at this, I'm like, wow, what configuration is this? This is literally next to the park. So if you look on the right side of that picture, the bottom is Pixar Pier on the edge of that map. The area in the yellow is all new.
Oh, wow.
That's stuff that's going in.
Wow.
So, like, if you go up the Disney Grand Californian Hotel and Spas right there. So this is where Downtown Disney is.
Okay.
And it has like weird little names for stuff like Fantasy Tower, Family Ride Outside, Family Ride Indoor. These are just placeholders, obviously, but you can see that's the layout. Holy shit, fuck. That expansion's literally the size of both parks.
Thrill Ride Outdoor.
So if you go to the very bottom, you see like Family Ride Outdoor, Thrill Ride Indoor, Thrill Ride Outdoor, and then it has like numbers and stuff, which I don't even know what they equate to, other than the fact like I think they go by how many decibels of noise are going to be happening from it.
Could
whatever. Be. And then like I don't know what R2 and R2 and the bottom are, but they do look like resort type stuff. Because R1, R2 on the left side.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so that's literally the area next to the parks where like we go to like park and walk down Downtown Disney. Mm-hmm. That's going away.
Wow.
Because if you zoom in, I don't think any of that's still there. Because those are rides. So you can't have a public space there. That's for the park.
Yeah.
So where the fuck is that going? You're not getting rid of that.
I don't know. Yeah, because this would be right behind Pixar Pier. So the Grand Hotel is now going to be just
smack down in the middle of the fucking park, dude.
Yeah.
So obviously there's the Disney Disneyland Drive is split right down the middle. So obviously there's gonna be like a connection between the parks. Because if you go down towards Pixar Pier, that looks to be like a walkway that kind of joins the two parks.
I see it. Yeah.
And then you go up towards just slightly above the Disney Grand. You can see it again, where it looks like they join right where Critter County is, which obviously is the bottom back side of Disneyland, the bottom left corner.
Yeah.
And then what looks to be probably like some kind of ridiculous indoor something or other at the very top. Could be parking. Who knows? That's wild. I did not realize.
Right there is right where downtown Disney is. So I wonder what they're going to do with all that stuff.
Oh, go up, Joe. There's a map that shows Disneyland in California Adventures, and then it shows the new area.
Mm.
It literally goes from Ball Road all the way down to Catella Avenue. Is all the expansion, and you can see like this. This shows currently what's there, and then obviously we scroll down, you see the overlay of everything. Because like Paradise Pier Hotel is there, which is weird because if you go back down to that one, it's still there. It's gonna be in the middle of the park. But again, if you look at that one where Disney or downtown Disney is, I was like Disney Springs, but that's California, or that's Florida. Like I'm pretty sure that little part right next to the right above the piers, that's the parking lot. That's downtown Disney that leads into the part that goes across because the Californian is like right next to it, obviously, right? Because the split of the park is right there, right? Okay, so that part of it was still going to be there, right? Because that's... Hold on. Avengers Campus. Because that's all the shopping area right there. So maybe that's going to be there because that's on the Disneyland side. And obviously the parking lot and the hotels that are just to the left, that goes away. Well, the hotels don't go away. Because they are featured prominently in the middle of this fucking the new park area, because the villas at Disneyland Hotel are right there, and then Paradise Pier Hotel is still there, but everything around it is just exploded into rides and environments. So that must be Disney. That must be downtown Disney right there. The walking here with all.
Yeah, now I'm trying to think of where. I think my orientation is off because you're right. Like, because downtown Disney is on the left of the Grand.
It's just above it.
Grand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my orientation was wrong. So yeah, everything stays in. They're literally just building around Disneyland Hotel.
The parking lot area goes away because where you walk from the parking lot is like out, like right next to the Pixar hotel.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be cool.
Theme park entrance. Wait, there's one below it too? Holy shit, what the fuck, dude? Retail, dining, entertainment, theme park entrance. What the Dang, so the area south of it is getting blown up too. I'd have to look at this map again and see exactly where everything's at, because that's fucking bonkers, dude.
Right.
So are they gonna get a people mover thing like they have at fucking Disneyland or Disney World to go from these other areas?
Probably.
Damn, that's fucking wild, bro.
Right.
Bye bye Anaheim.
Right.
Anaheim ain't gonna be a thing no more.
Nope.
Anaheim's gonna be a circle around Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
The fucking 4 mile thick circle around Disneyland.
Right.
As everything gets absorbed into it. Anyhow, riveting talk about stuff people can't see. I'll try to post those pictures if I can on the website. People can look what we're talking about, or at least link to that website we were using, because that had a whole lot of info on it.
Yeah, it did.
But anyways, that's it for this week's episode of Comes Naturally. We have been
Joe.
I've been Cody, and as usual, you fuckers just came naturally.
Bye.